As Jesus is talking about his second coming in Matthew chapters 24, the end of the chapter, and Matthew 25, he goes on in the beginning of Matthew 25 to speak of 10 virgins. Now, in Judean and Galilean culture, as 10 virgins, these were probably fairly young, probably young teenagers. And the bride was probably, she may have been in her mid-teens. The bridesmaids may have been even younger than that. And the custom was that the groom would come to the bride's home, and then the bride would accompany him, and the bridesmaids would carry torches for celebration as they would go to the house of the groom for the wedding. Now, in this case, 5 of the virgins were wise, and 5 of them were foolish and didn't have enough oil. They didn't think ahead. Even though grooms were often late, it was hard to predict when the groom would come, when the family negotiations would finish at the groom's home. They weren't ready. They didn't have enough oil. And so, consequently, they weren't ready to go with the procession. And when they come to the groom's home late because they didn't have the oil, they had cast shame on the whole wedding party. They had embarrassed the entire wedding. And therefore, when the person says, "Go away, I don't know you," and basically locks them out, well, these weddings would often go on for 7 days. So it wasn't that the door would never be opened again during the course of the wedding feast. It was that they weren't welcome. They had brought shame and reproach on the wedding party, and they had brought shame and reproach on themselves. In an ancient village, this would probably mean that from then on, they would bear shame for the rest of their lives. So might even affect their own marriage prospects in the near future. So this is a warning to all of us to be ready. And it doesn't matter what age we are or what gender we are, but all of us are to be looking for the coming of our Lord.